From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast with Scott Sander.
Welcome to the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast. I'm Scott Sander. On this episode, we meet an online influencer, local man, who explains why your business plan should include a detailed strategy for presenting yourself through social media. Find out how the Procurement and Participation Task Force from Business Equity for Indy helps Black-owned businesses tap into revenue potential. Later, ideas for creating a positive work environment that'll help you keep your best employees. That's in Running Your Business Day to Day.
Every business is unique and has a target audience. If you own or manage a business, Circulus Digital Media can help you connect and grow your customer base with turnkey digital solutions that are nimble, offering best-in-class results, service, and support to reach a bigger customer base, allowing you to pinpoint a specific audience down to the smallest details. Get outside the city, the state, span the globe. Put Circulus Digital Media to work for you. Get started now at circulusdigital.com. That's circulusdigital.com.
We like to start each show at the beginning of your journey with a segment we call Getting Started. Each week, this segment focuses on things you should consider and prepare for as you begin planning your business. Depending on that business, your plan may need to include a strategy for digital influencers. Recent report in Forbes says more than 50 million people around the world now consider themselves influencers. By any name, content creators can have a huge impact on a small business.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Getting Started.
Jeremy Stevens is the owner of DYC Fitness. He's a local fitness and lifestyle influencer. He's been creating digital content for years and now finds himself helping other businesses bring their brands to life.
So what it takes to get started on social media is, I know this sounds cliche, but it's to start. We thrive on consistency in the gym, and it's the same way on social media. You have to be consistent. You have to be interacting with your followers. You have to be interacting with the people who you do follow as well, commenting, liking, letting them know that you're actually a real person and you're here to give value at the end of the day. People are only going to follow you if you're giving some sort of value, whether it's entertainment, whether it's fitness motivation, whether it's financial motivation or knowledge. Somebody is following you for a reason, and you have to continue to be consistent with that in order for you to be attractive, A, to followers, and B, to brands. What brands are looking for at the end of the day are people who are marketable. Just because somebody has a lot of followers does not mean that they're marketable. They're looking for certain things, certain items that you possess, certain characteristics that you and your page possess in order to see if it kind of fits in the big master puzzle piece for their brand. And also content interaction. If somebody has a lot of followers and they literally don't get any likes at all, any comments, any interaction, that just tells the brand that, hey, he's just a pretty face, he's just this, he's just that, he's not for us, because quite frankly, he's not reaching his followers that he does have. How's he going to help us in the long run if we're trying to sell this product? So you have to be marketable, you have to be relatable, you have to, again, capture the attention of the followers that you do have more than anything. Influencer marketing is huge because we have such a big reach. In Indiana, for instance, there's not a lot of male influencers especially, so when we do post something or we do say something on social media, it holds a lot of weight. People will perk their ears up and, oh, what did Jeremy just say? What is Jeremy promoting? So the fact that, brands do reach out to me and I'm able to promote, it's because I have so much weight behind my name on social media where I have people's attention. So I think it's very important from an entrepreneur standpoint, if you have it in your budget, reach out to the influencers that you know, because again, what they say has a lot of weight behind it, and that's why they call them influencers, because they can influence thousands and thousands of people. Especially, it depends on your demographic. My demographic, probably, about my age. I'm 31, so we attract people for anywhere from the ages of 23 to, I would say, 55. So I would say Instagram for sure. Also Facebook, never neglect that. Now granted, I'm primarily do most of my social media marketing and influencer life is definitely on Instagram, but I would also not neglect Facebook because, my parents' generation, they're definitely on Facebook too, and they want to listen, they want to get fit, and they want to hear about all these different brands that are happening as well. So, and then of course TikTok, I would say that's more of a Gen Z thing for sure, which is the generation right below me, but I think they're all valuable because they all have the potential to reach thousands and millions of people. So I think that they are all important. So many people are on their phones constantly, and less people are, listening to radio stations, watching TV ads, stuff like that. So as we continue to progress, social media will only become that much of a juggernaut, if that makes sense, if it isn't already, which is why the brands that I've worked with have reached out to me and paid me great money, and where they probably 20 years ago, they probably would have put that towards a radio ad, they would have put that towards a TV commercial, but instead they're paying the influencer because they know that they get the type of reach that they do have. So I just feel like it's all the marketing, in the next, even now to 5-10 years from now, it's strictly going to be on social media. Bringing your brand to life is everything. I personally have a videographer who I work with simply because I want to be different than the rest. I want my content to stand out. When I post a reel or a video on Instagram, I need it to pop. So I, personally think that it's very important to get the angles, get the B-roll, make sure we're getting different shots, different angles and stuff of that nature, because again, my name already has weight, but if I put that much more effort into the actual bringing the brand to life, it's just more believable at the end of the day. I'm more trustworthy at that point. It's not just, hey, here's a picture, here's the product, buy it. It's more, okay, well, he's taking me through a whole day in the life of how when I use this product, here's how it can benefit me in the long run. He's actually taken me through a whole video. He took time on this video, and I can see how he's using it and how it's benefiting him. Maybe it can benefit me too. So I think being your true self and being authentic when bringing that brand to life is what's going to separate you from the rest, for sure. Reaching out to influencers that may not look like you is first starters. Oftentimes, especially, we may get caught up in our own head, and we may only reach out to people who we're familiar with. Why not reach out to somebody who may not look like you, but it could benefit you and others? Why not? And it not only is that you're diversifying at that point, but it's also equitable at the same time. It's only going to make your journey of entrepreneurship that much greater, because at the end of the day, when you open up a business, you're trying to reach as many people as possible and help as many people as possible, whether it's services for you that you're selling, whether you're selling products of any of that nature. We're trying to reach as many people as possible. And when you reach out to people who may not, familiarize with you, quote unquote, I think that's a great way to start on social media, for sure.
Welcome back to Business Equity and Opportunity. To help Black-owned businesses across our community reach their revenue potential, a procurement and participation task force from Business Equity for Indy has just announced quarterly roundtables. They're aimed at helping local businesses expand supplier diversity.
This is Business Equity and Opportunities. This Week in Business.
Stacia Murphy is Director of Equity Outreach and Strategic Partnerships for the Indy Chamber. She's been a driving force for creating a new quarterly series of roundtables to help local corporate and nonprofits expand their supplier diversity and become a resource for minority-owned businesses.
Business Equity for Indy is a joint venture between the Central Indiana Corporate Partnership, the Indy Chamber, and in collaboration with the Indianapolis Urban League. All created to advance more equitable and inclusive Indy region for Central Indiana Black residents and other residents of color. Specifically for the Procurement and Participation Task Force, we are tasked with the goal of increasing the launch, growth, and success rates of Black-owned businesses, specifically through expanded procurement opportunities. There were so many chief procurement officers at area corporations. So our chairs are actually John Thompson of Thompson Distribution, that everybody knows. He's been such a wonderful supporter of this. Craig Reed of Corteva Agriscience, who's their Vice President of Real Estate and Chief Procurement Officer, as well as Ilya Yufa, who works for Eli Lilly. And so them, along with 9 other Black Black-owned businesses, business support organizations, or entrepreneur services organizations, and some more supplier diversity practitioners all came together to want to support Black-owned businesses specifically. And we spent several months speaking with Black-owned businesses, really getting to understand their challenges, figuring out where the opportunities were. And from all of that data collection, we started the Procurement Roundtable. The Procurement Roundtable is our premier event for the task force. And it's simply a platform for Black-owned businesses to talk about their businesses to all of the members of the roundtable. Currently, we have about 60 organizations and companies who have all decided to pledge support for Black-owned businesses. So they attend. This past one was at Corteva AgriScience, and they get to hear directly from the businesses themselves about what they do. We provide a little bit of coaching to those Black-owned businesses for their pitches, for their slide decks, and just really how to present themselves to corporations. A lot of the corporations bring their procurement people or their buyers out, and you actually get a chance not only to hear from them when they're on stage, but also to do a lot of networking with everyone in the room. Any Black-owned business who is doing about $250,000 in revenue and at least 2 employees, we think is that emerging supplier. And all they have to do is go to our website, businessequityndy.com, and sign up for the Procurement Roundtable. So far, our very first one, we highlighted only 5 businesses, just getting started. And so far, 4 out of the 5 have all entered into contracts with at least 2 of the corporations that were in attendance. A number of them have had even more conversations with businesses they've tried to get into for maybe 15 years or more. Some of them have already executed those contracts, and others have some in the hoppers. So really excited for the progress. And that was just one event. But the task force can play a huge role in doing that by supporting not only these individual businesses, but really the climate of business culture here, from everything from developing the pipeline, talking about what entrepreneurship looks like in schools, more putting resources behind these Black-owned businesses to really get them up to being contract ready. But the Brookings Institute really talked about being able to unlock almost $700 million if we were earning, so Black-owned businesses were earning on par with their white counterparts. That is a huge infusion of capital into any economy, and that's something that we could do here. And not only do we know that it would help the overall economy and everybody's business bottom line, but when we invest in Black-owned businesses, they tend to invest back into their communities. And so you see those ripple effects just by providing opportunities for them. The next roundtable will be November 17th at the Indianapolis Airport Authority. And that will be really great because you'll get to come out and hear all that we've done and all the progress over the past year. So what I would love to see is not only are we giving more multi-year, multi-dollar contracts to each of these Black-owned businesses within our community, we're creating new Black-owned businesses in areas they haven't been before, but I would also like to see the Indy region just be a leader in supplier diversity, like leading all of our peers. That's what I want to see. You know, Indiana is the champion for diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Welcome back to Business Equity and Opportunities. We've given you information to help you get your business started. Now we turn to the task of running your business day to day. Bigger the dreams, the larger the staff you may end up needing. But perhaps now more than ever, finding and keeping the right people can be a challenge.
This is Business Equity and Opportunities, running your business day to day.
We talked with Christina Hicks, the Chief Human Resources Officer at Eskenazi Health. She shares some of her secrets for finding and keeping the best of the best.
We are excited to hire the best and the brightest to take care of our patients in the city of Indianapolis. We hire in a variety of ways. You can go online to www.eskenazihealth.edu, and certainly during the pandemic, recruitment has changed. So not only are we looking for those active candidates that go online and apply, but we're also recruiting for passive candidates. So we have a talent sourcer, and all of our talent acquisition consultants scrape sites like LinkedIn and other places to find you and introduce you to Eskenazi Health and see if this is a place for you, and we want you to come and join our family here. Social media and technology have changed our landscape. We're using tools and techniques very differently than we've used in the past. So so we have a tool called AllTrue, where our employees are able to give video testimonials about their work here at Eskenazi, and we use that to enhance the recruitment process, and we shine that on our talent acquisition network, and then job seekers are able to look at that and see if this would be a great fit for them. And there's no better recruitment than to be able to recruit with one of your own team members to tell about how wonderful Eskenazi Health is to work. And we also utilize a program called a VIR program. So once you join our organization, you can participate in the very important referral program, which means you invite one of your friends that have similar backgrounds that may want to come and join our organization. And if you refer someone to our organization and they're hired, you can get bonuses. And so we want to make sure that you bring your friend with you and then also reward those people to come and work with us again. Retention is the key. So we know that once you get introduced to the culture of Eskenazi Health, you want to stay here. But certainly we have a strong benefit program. We offer tuition reimbursement. We offer medical support. We offer something as creative as pet insurance. So we definitely want to support our team members with rich benefits. And then we also have a lot of professional development. There's a training and development team here called the Institute for Professional Development. And once you come with us, you can continue to grow with us. You don't have to stay stagnant in your career, and take those courses internally to help sharpen your skills. As healthcare employers, we need to focus on growing our own. Focus on those entry-level persons that come in the door and see how you can cultivate your own talent. We have a program here called Career Pathways, where we take entry-level employees who decide they want to grow and stay with the organization. We'll train them on the job, and for a year they can grow into another professional role and earn additional income. We're also very knowledgeable about our frontline team members and how difficult it is given the economy. And so we were able to establish an $18 wage minimum in June of this past year to, again, support those frontline entry-level workers that are working very hard to take care of our patients and employees. The best thing about working for Eskenazi Health is the mission. Advocate, care, teach, and serve with a special emphasis on the vulnerable populations. The mission is why I joined this organization, and the mission is why I stay here. And I'll tell you, from day one, the mission is felt in every single place in this hospital. And so the mission is what unites us as a family, and the mission is what drives our patient care, and the mission is what brings our employees to work every day. And I think our quality outcomes really reflect the mission and the passion we have to take care of our employees and patients. One of the things that we value most is really having an employee population that represents the patient we serve. And so I'm very proud of our diversity recruitment. One of the programs that I'm very proud of is our HBCU internship program. This summer we hosted 12 interns from historically black colleges and universities, and they came and worked on site here. Last year was the first year we hosted that program, and we had 2 students, and one of those 2 students is now a full-time employee. So we use this program as a pipeline to develop talent. We also have a strong commitment to individuals with disabilities. We have a long-standing program called the Gregory S. Fairbach program, where we host college students with disabilities for summer internships, allow them to have meaningful internships, because we know that creates a solid plan to securing employment after you graduate. So we have hosted that program for many, many years and really have a model pilot for the entire nation. So those are just a couple of things that we do in the area of diversity recruitment. We have needs everywhere. Certainly your typical nurses. We have a strong need in our mental health division with clinicians. We have needs in physical therapy, respiratory therapy, our patient access. We have needs from our frontline greeters to come into the organization, pharmacists, pharmacy technicians, medical assistants. We have needs throughout the entire organization. So come and take a look at us at www.eskenazihealth.edu under the career section, and we have a place for you.
Our thanks again to all the contributors who joined us for this episode of the Business Equity and Opportunities podcast. We hope you found it enlightening, useful, and inspiring. You'll find more information about the show on our website, BEOshow.com. You can watch Business Equity and Opportunities Sunday mornings at 10 on Wish TV, or live stream it through WishTV.com. Each week, we provide 7 full segments with topics ranging from how to get started and how to access capital to the day-to-day running of your business and questions about accounting and bookkeeping. We feature business news and trends and always share a success story from one of our contributors. Join us next time for more insights into the world of small business. Be sure to sign up for our Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to get even more valuable, up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or you'd like to be part of our show, please email us. The address is BEO@wishtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Scott Sander. Thanks for listening.
Watch the Business Equity and Opportunities Show on Wish TV and access all of our content and share it on demand anytime at BEOshow.com. You can find more podcasts from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.